Okay, welcome back to Ron's Garage. All right, it's Saturday. It's beautiful outside. Gonna be tomorrow too. So master cylinder, as I said in the last video, is on. I got to take it back off again to bench bleed it, which leads me to my little trip to the parts store where I got some copper line rather. And I'm going to cut these, take the fittings off because nothing they had the right size fittings on it, which is okay, you know, it is what it is. But before I can bend those up to go between the master cylinder and the proportioning valve, which is what I want to do before I bench bleed the master cylinder so that I can hook it straight up, I have to make a bracket. This proportioning valve can't go real high up here. Sorry about that. It can't go way up where it was, because then it's going to have to be over to the right side of the car, which brings, well, if I make new lines, maybe. I might have to check that. But what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do is turn this bracket, which would go right there. Yeah, you see how far this way that proportioning valve is? I don't think I'm going to be able to get, if I bring that up, number one, I'm going to have to redo that back line, which I really don't want to do. I could, but I don't want to. But if I bring this over that far, I've only got like an inch or so, maybe an inch and a half farther back. Sorry about that. To run the lines from the proportioning valve up to the master cylinder. That's not out of the question yet. I might try to mock it up and see what I got. But what I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to do is remake this bracket so that this arm, I keep moving the camera away, this arm is in the middle of the bracket, only lower, which means remaking that section there deeper, cutting this off and re-welding this onto the new bracket but out farther toward the front, if that makes any sense. I do have some steel to work with. I think this piece right here would do nicely. Just that there's a weld right here, but just from the top up, I think if I had just that square, I could probably do that. So that's what I got to look at next. So I'm going to think on that for a few minutes before I start. I may try to mock that proportioning valve up right there and see what I get. Maybe I can run the lines from the master cylinder back a little bit. I got enough, and then up to that. Maybe. We'll see. I'll check that in a few minutes. What I have to do sometime this weekend, either today or tomorrow, is I got to put front brakes on that. I went and got the rotors and the pads. I was going to film that, but you know, there's 1,001 videos on putting front brakes on late model Chevy trucks. It's a 2000, it's a late model to me. So I'm probably not going to film that. It's really easy. I've done it before. You know, most of you guys probably have too. But before I get started on that bracket, I got to clean up a little bit. I got no room to work here. I need to build some shelves. That's a fact. I have material. I have some 1/2 inch OSB. I've got some boards. I just need to do it. I'll probably do some hanging shelves, move this tarp, which I had up there to kind of hold in some heat, and then drop some shelves, maybe back there, drop some shelves down and over just to put some stuff on. I mean, I've got new parts here that are just sitting on the floor. I've got new parts back there sitting on the bench. And then I've got just stuff. My little consumable shelf up there doesn't hold everything I need it to hold. So that's why I got stuff sitting around on the workbench. So I do need to build some shelves, which I'll do in a few weeks, within a few weeks. But I think I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then maybe try to mock that up and see what I got to work with. Maybe it'll work. That sure would be nice. It'd save me a little time. Although I would like to play with my welder a little more. I'm going to be doing that when I make the motor mount brackets for sure. But for right now, let me do some cleanup and I'll see what I got. Thanks for watching. Bye.